Our top focus on right now. Sri Lanka's new president, Anura Kumara Dissanayake, is all set to swear in his cabinet today. Vijeta Herath, a member of parliament of his coalition, confirmed. With parliament expected to be dissolved soon, the new cabinet is expected to remain in office until a new parliament convenes. Dissanayake has promised to dissolve parliament within 45 days of taking office for a fresh mandate for his policies in the elections. Currently, Vijeta Herath, Harini Amara Surya and Lakshman Nipunarachi are the only NPP representatives in parliament. They are expected to be added to the cabinet. However, it remains to be seen how Dissanayake will form his cabinet with such a short number of MPs. Now, Dinesh Guanawardena, the previous Prime Minister who resigned after the presidential elections, led a 18-member cabinet. According to another NPP leader, the new president may appoint ministry secretaries to manage the government. Meanwhile, the former President Ranil Wickremesinghe's United National Party, or UNP, has called for a united opposition to fight the polls. On Monday, Dissanayake has vowed to bring clean politics and revive his country's economy in his inauguration speech on Monday. He had won a comprehensive victory in the debt-ridden South Asian countries' presidential polls a day earlier.
I am not a magician. I am an ordinary citizen of Sri Lanka. I have capabilities and incapabilities. There are things I know and don't know. I wish to further my capabilities and gain greater knowledge in this journey as president.
Dissanayake succeeds Ranil Wickremesinghe, who took office at the peak of the financial crisis following the government's first foreign debt default and months of rising food and fuel and prices and also medicine shortages.
In ending this crisis, the public and all sectors have a major responsibility. I expect the support of everyone in carrying out that task. However, we have understood, as president, I have the most prominent responsibility.
Well, for more on this, our correspondent Dasuni Athoda is joining us live on this broadcast from Colombo. Hi, Dasuni. The newly elected president of Sri Lanka, Dissanayake, is all set to swear in his cabinet today. But there are only 3 NPP representatives in parliament. Talk to us about how Dissanayake will be able to form his cabinet with such a short number of MPs. What are the challenges lined up for the 9th executive president of Sri Lanka?
The political culture and the mood here seems to be seamlessly shifting from the presidential election towards a possibility of holding a general election. So that is why we are still awaiting some form of confirmation as to who will make up this interim cabinet under the 9th executive president. So we do know for the top post of Prime Minister, there are 3 individuals in contention, including MP Harini Amara Surya as well as MP Vijeta Herath. So we are yet to see that. And like you rightfully pointed out, the NPP only has 3 parliamentary seats. So it will be a tough challenge to see whether it will only be a 3 to 4 member cabinet or whether the new president would reach out to other parties, specifically minority parties who probably hold just 1 to 2 seats in parliament, whether he would be reaching out to them to form this interim cabinet, only because this president has been quite stern and firm that he will not be working, that his government, more likely, will not be working with any corrupt politician.
Right, Dasuni, and that was also one of the slogans of Dissanayake. He championed his campaign on eradication of corruption. Dasuni, talk to us more about how Wickremesinghe's United National Party has called for a united opposition to fight the polls, which Dissanayake said that he will call for the general elections in a span of 45 days if he is elected, which is now the current scenario. Talk to us more about how the political alignments may just begin to change ahead of the polls in Sri Lanka.
Again, yes, that is an interesting development. Just not even 48 hours before the former president said he would, lovingly hand over Sri Lanka to the new president. He'll now come forward to say that he will be contesting the upcoming general election under an alliance of the age-old United National Party under the elephant symbol, which again brings to light how challenging will the next general election be for the new president, given that at the moment they do only have 3 seats. Obviously, following the general election, there will be an increase in seats, which he will be expecting to see in his new parliament. However, we should also look at the numbers at the recently concluded election, where if you added up the total number of voters who voted in favor of Sajid Premadasa and Ranil Wickremesinghe, that is still greater than the total number of votes that AKD received. So there is expected to be a very strong opposition, but in terms of the former president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, he himself at the moment only has 1 parliamentary seat representing the United National Party. So all in all, an interesting time for Sri Lanka's political landscape and parties.
Absolutely, Dasuni. It will be interesting to see how the general elections pan out in Sri Lanka with, like you also mentioned, 3 seats for Dissanayake's NPP party in parliament. Thank you for joining us on WION with your insights.